fully bro chills. Good evening.
I can't understand you.
What happened?
Once again, now you're back. It's just that first few seconds.
Every time for a few seconds?
Mm-hmm.
It's only this show. It's almost like the toxicity has to release itself from my system before we get going.
Sounded like you were saying something funny.
Yeah, I was saying that Sully Bro Chill here is on the right idea. With us fighting toxicity, Brian, people forget that's how we started.
Yeah. Mission accomplished.
We did. We eradicated all toxicity from the internet. Do you watch the show Succession?
No.
Okay. There was a new term that they used. Basically, Logan Roy is this like corrupt old man, and his kids are trying to like take over the company. And one of the characters says they want to detoxify the company. So that's kind of another remove toxicity. Detoxify is probably the snappier term there.
I've never heard that one, but it makes sense.
Yeah. So from now on, we will be detoxifying things. I mean, do you find the DFS space getting a little toxic these days with all these beefs?
The beefs are ramping up.
That's right.
You love to see it.
Yeah, I can tell, Brian, from your, you like to just kind of poke the bear, throw a little kindling on the fire, just see what happens.
Like the older I get, the more I'm like a high school girl or something. I don't know. I just enjoy it. I enjoy it.
Do you? But you enjoy it from the sideline. I mean, I guess you were willing to. You were going into it with Ben there. You were willing to do the DFS challenge, but you're not throwing blows too much yourself.
No. I enjoy watching it, like like The Bachelor, some guilty pleasure, or something like that.
Yeah. It is. I mean, you can see it across all industries. I mean, beefs are good for business. Fans gravitate to it. I mean, you see all the like celebrity boxing matches and all of this stuff. Like it's such a big boon for content. Beefs never fail.
Yeah, that's true. All those, like, I could care less about.
Well, it's because you're not invested in the people themselves.
Mm-mm.
Whereas if Ben the Better in Blender had a boxing match, you would be very invested in that.
I would. I'd like to see it. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, them just going at it is good. I wish Ben the Better would have come on our pod or do his own pod even.
I know. I did invite him on the show. He said it's nothing against either of us. He likes both of us. But he's just not doing podcasts right now. And he says if it changes in the future, he'll hit us up. So I'm leaving a candle on for Ben the Better joining LOLz.
Hey.
I just think so, that he had the hype trailer that came out for the Evil Empire Slack. And he did feature a clip from my show with Osimo, which I did appreciate having that extra publicity boost on a viral DFS video. And I guess for me, it seems like he's leaning into the kind of, content side of things. And I do feel like if this is going to be successful, he's going to have to branch out into more multimedia beyond just Twitter. I think LOLz is the perfect platform to kind of come and launch and announce his arrival onto the scene. So I do hope that he changes his mind here eventually.
Oh yeah. Where else is he going to go? He can't go on Awfulmo. He can't go on, who else did he make fun of there? Fantasy Labs.
Grinders, Fantasy Labs. Was there a fourth one in there?
He left Run Pure off.
He left Run Pure. He left ETR out. They stay outside of the fray there.
I have a feeling he probably didn't even know who ETR existed.
Man, this has been a rough run for Run Pure here. First, Chess is okay, doesn't know Big T. Then Ben the Better leaves him out of his Evil Empire, Calvin Hobbes pissing. I mean, these guys got to get back on the radar.
Yeah. It's it is kind of like, why not us? Why not shit on us too?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I don't think he thinks of us as. I mean, I guess he can.
No, I mean from Run Pure's perspective.
Oh yeah.
He did shit on him before when he called him run shit.
Was that your idea? Was that your name?
No, I think his was run shit. I'm like, that's not. You need to workshop that other one. I went with pure shit.
Yeah.
Pure shit sports. I think that's flies off the tongue.
Yeah, or pure runs. Sounds like you have diarrhea, just like the purest of diarrhea there.
Pure runs that. Run the Sims, then he can maybe work something up on Run the Sims.
Pure Run the Sims. Yeah, we gotta do some workshopping there. I am having Blender on my Friday GPP show, so I know he's already done a few rants on his beef with Ben the Better, so we can hear his thought. But this is what I'm saying, Ben. Like I'm giving Blender, the chance to come on. We're not going to talk about GPP strategy. We're going to be talking about this Ben the Better situation. Like news networks, right? Like, aren't they obligated to, if they provide a platform for one politician, they have to provide it, for the other. I think that's the thing. I'm going to let Blender come on, and I'm going to let Ben the Better come on and defend himself. That's
no longer the law, but it used to be, actually.
Yeah, it seems like it's like a unwritten rule a little bit these days. I remember, was it something with ESPN in Grantland with like Simmons doing like an interview with Obama? There was some kind of thing like that where they ended up not doing it because then he would have had to have interviewed whoever it was at the time. I can't remember, but I remember there being drama around stuff like that.
Yeah. There used to be an actual law for that, and then they got rid of it, and then there was that, you do it anyways type of thing. But now they'll just kick the president off Twitter or whatever. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I have not heard. Maybe it's just because I don't read enough news, but man, I have not heard at all what Donald Trump is up to these days.
Me either, except that SPAC he just came out with.
I think I did see something like in a podcast title, Donald Trump SPAC, and I didn't even bother to look into it.
I saw it on the Chamath All In podcast. So that's
the title that I saw it on. Yeah,
and it's like Twitter. I guess like he has his own Twitter called like Truther or something. I don't know, but instead of like retweets, it's like truth tweets or something. I don't know. It sounds fucking awesome. Is bottom line. If I knew that was, I didn't even pay attention, but that would have been a nice little gamble.
That's right. Was your tweet today? Did that actually happen in your life? Were you in a hot tub today while your landscaping was over here?
No, but I thought about it as a bit. That's why, I'm like, it wouldn't be fucking hilarious if I just went out in the hot tub.
How many times a week are you getting in this hot tub?
It's once or twice.
Once or twice a week?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds nice. You more of a morning hot tub or nighttime hot tub?
I don't know. It depends on the weather. It went from like 95 to 40 here in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
95 is a little hot for a hot tub.
Yeah.
And then it poured for like 2 days straight.
Did you do any lake swimming?
Sure.
Yeah.
If you want, yeah. Nice and clear.
All right. When am I going to get the invite?
You can come whenever you want, pal.
All right. DFS LOLz retreat. We go over our content roadmap, our goals for the following year.
Let's do it. Maybe we'll bring up Alex will drive up.
That would be awesome. I mean, come on, let's throw. We've been talking about doing our MMA hang. What we really need is a DFS retreat at Brian.
Do you fish?
I did when I was a child. I'd love to get back into it.
It's right away. I was like, no, he's not. I'm not.
You fish?
It's not like I can brag either, but I have been trying here.
Yeah, or just completely self-taught.
I don't like touching the fish, which is a problem.
You're scared of the fish scales?
I give it to my brother. Like, take this off.
Wow,
I'm kidding. I have done that, but for the most part,
DFS made you so soft. You can't even. We thought you were. I mean, Leone getting shit for not doing his own lawn. Imagine Silva roasting you because you won't touch your own fish.
Silva seems like he's probably fishes a lot. Doesn't he seem like that type?
He does. Yeah, it seems like he'd go out, crush like a 24 pack.
Oh, yeah.
A Bud Lights while fishing.
Yeah, definitely. I could see that. At a slough, like not like he's not going to like a big lake or something. He's just going to some shitty slough. Fucking take take a 30 pack of natties or something.
Well, Silva's going to be on the invite list. He can make the drive up. Him and Osimo carpool. I'll fly in to Chicago. Maybe I'll just rent a minivan and I'll just kind of Mighty Duck style drive around Chicago, picking up all the DFS players. And then we'll head up to the cabin.
Let's do it.
I do. I mean, this is have you heard about the Twitch stream meta, which is just basically hot chicks in hot tubs streaming and talking to their fans? That's a very successful show format right now.
I heard, on Twitch, right? Is that what you said? I did hear that, yeah.
So, and some of the best ideas come from, stealing it from other industries and then bringing it to our industry. I mean, maybe LOLz needs to be the first ever hot tub streamers.
We could do it.
Think about all the hijinks we could have in there, me tossing, fish to you and you freaking out. I mean, the ratings would be through the roof.
I think our demographic would change slightly. It'd still be male.
You think? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably. Willis says the meta is dead, but I bet we could revive it. I mean, when you get 2 DFS hunks and 1 Illinois hot tub, I think the meta would come rearing.
They have full nudity on YouTube.
Go on.
Speaking of the hot tub show.
Go on. What kind of shit are you watching, Brian?
I just saw this the other day. They have naked yoga.
Brian, how did you stumble upon this?
I saw it on a podcast, and of course, I immediately looked, and it's true.
So it's not blurred out or anything. Just full on.
It's hot naked girls doing yoga.
What?
Full nudity.
What? How does this not get taken down?
I have no idea.
Wow. So we have all these people getting deplatformed from YouTube, but the one thing they can say are hot people doing yoga.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't say anything about Hunter Biden, but
why is it right now?
Yoga.
I just see our views going down. It's 100, 88, 70, 60, 50, 40. Everyone is Googling hot yoga right now. They're gone. We lost them, Brian.
Yeah. I would say we gave that naked yoga a boost, but I'm sure it's probably got hundreds of thousands of people already.
I'll tell you, the naked yoga does not need our help.
No.
You know who the one person in the DFS industry that, I mean, Osimo's watching this right now and he just got the idea. He's going to stage this, this photo of him. It's going to be a photo of him naked. It'll be blurred out, but him at his desk making DFS lineups. Can't you just see Alex posting a photo like that?
I can see that.
Yeah.
He's like you now though. He's got a wife, so he could force her to take the picture. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, his photos are far too staged these days. There's help with those photos.
Oh yeah.
I even with some of mine, I would get sheepish and I'd be like, I'd rather just take this myself, so no one has to say, "Did your wife take that photo?" Alex had a tweet earlier that he's going to the bar with his laptop, so I assume he can make NBA late swaps.
Yeah, well, actually, I guess it's not too bad. The later swaps are easier, and you could easily do it on your laptop. But after the first game, you needed to swap. I wouldn't want to be at a laptop because there's just too many games left. Be at a bar with a laptop, I should say.
Because of the amount of you need more screen real estate, or you just don't want to be.
I mean, if there's one game left or 2 games left, and there's an injury, so many of your lineups are already locked or 1 spot left, you're just going to run an optimizer.
Have you considered that Alex is built different and he's actually not human, and he could just, on his TI-83 calculator, make all the right swaps?
Have I considered if Alex is human? You're asking me this?
Yeah. I mean, you were the one who kind of blew the lid off that story that he's not human.
I was just watching their Live Before Lock show, and Greg said Alex has a twin brother. I don't know if he was joking. I think he might have been joking, but I was working, so I couldn't totally pay attention. Do you know anything about this?
No, I don't.
Anyone? Chat?
So it was Osimo has a twin brother?
Yeah. He was either doing a bet or he has a twin brother.
Maybe his brother is fully human and he's fully robot and they were separated at birth.
I'm thinking it's like data and lore. Did you get that? Did you get that reference?
I don't. I laugh like I did, but I didn't.
Okay, good.
What's the reference?
It's Star Trek.
Okay.
Yeah.
My dad was really into Star Trek when I was a kid, and I like thought it looked cool, but I was too young to ever get hooked. And then when I was probably old enough to start to enjoy Star Trek, I was interested in other things.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. There's
Let's see here. Andrew says, "How much to get Brian say Shiboshis to the moon? Give him a price."
I'm part of the Sheeb army.
Hey,
Shiboshis to the moon.
Come on, Brian. You got to negotiate. I was about to get a $6.90 tip on this show, and you just fucking blow your load. God.
He could give you like 1,000 sheep. That's like what, like 40 cents?
What's the deal with this? I mean, all I know is it's another meme coin and it's pumping. Is there anything else to it?
There's absolutely nothing else to it as far as I can see. So I bought a whole shit ton.
Did you really? Are you just trying to swing trade Shiba?
Like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. I'm like,
you were on it 3 weeks ago? You were on the ground floor of Shiba?
Not the ground floor. Like if you would have got on the ground floor, it'd be like billions of dollars right now. I'm not kidding. They saw a tweet. Somebody bought $8,000 worth when it first came out. It's worth $5.7 billion now.
Is this like is this another Wall Street bets type of pump?
Yeah. Yes, that's my guess. I think the only thing I saw on it, I'm not doing a ton of not financial advice.
You're not doing your 50 hours of research before
I'm not doing 80 hours.
Coin?
I'm not doing 80 hours of research on NBA, DFS, or Sheeb coin.
Yeah, it's because you're watching fucking naked yoga all day now.
Well, it takes up a lot of time. They have a lot of episodes I haven't seen yet.
Yeah,
you go back in the catalog. Some of them are really good.
What are we looking at? Is this vinyasa? What kind of style are you practicing these days, Brian?
Oh, that was a vinyasa is more of that meditation part too, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, there's a little bit of that. I mean, it sounds like you might be focused on other things than kind of the technical aspects of the practice. Just maybe the figures, and you might be lusting after the performers.
I'm just here to learn. So the only thing I saw about Sheeb was they burn their like tokens. I don't know if it was on a schedule or something, but they'll burn a whole shit ton over time.
So it's deflationary.
Yeah, but then I read something where they do that, but yet it's still not even deflationary somehow. So
they're like,
I don't fucking know. I just aped in.
I love that idea of being like, we do burn, but we're actually minting at a higher, faster clip than we burn. So you could just say that you burn, but it's still not deflationary.
I also like being able to use the bit, like with my brother.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Sheeb's up. Sheeb's up, bro. You getting in Sheeb? Sheeb army?
Up, bro. Sheeb loose, dude. I can't believe I missed these. These shit coins come out of nowhere. And I've been plugged into the NFT world, and I completely missed the Shiba stuff. I keep missing the shit coins.
It's completely ridiculous. I'm saying this having invested money. And if you go to CoinMarketCap, it's the 10th largest by market cap on a CoinMarketCap. And if it got to like 1 cent, it would be like bigger market cap than Bitcoin.
What's going to happen when we run out of these Asian dogs to name these coins? Is this a bubble when we run out of these dogs? I mean, because it seems like that's the meta right now, but eventually we're going to run out. Sharpay coin. That's the next one. Brian, we need to start Sharpay coin.
Wait, what's Sharpay coin?
Sharpay is a dog type that has incredibly wrinkly features. And I actually think this is the next $1 billion idea. I'll show you a Sharpay here. That's a Sharpay.
Okay, yeah.
Look at these wrinkles here, Brian. If we launch Sharpay coin, can you imagine?
This is big. I feel it already.
I mean, that's adorable. This thing, Brian. I mean, so Shiba Dave says they had 4 quadrillion tokens. I think we do 69 quadrillion Sharpay coins.
Is there any celebrities who own a Sharpay that can pamp our bags?
Ooh, this is good. You're already thinking of celebrity influencers, famous people who own Shar-Pays. Let's see here. Meet. Okay, this looks promising, Brian. This looks real promising. Meet Luis Redknapp's adorable Shar-Pei, celebrity Snoop Dogg's. This channel has 1.
Continuing her casual stroll around her
I think this is a British lady. Are you willing to have a British ambassador for our new meme coin?
It says Snoop Dogg in it.
Celebrity Snoop
Snoop
Dogg.
already pumps Shiba, or Doge or something.
Look at this dog. I mean, this is a wild video. Not much action here. All right.
Why don't we buy like 1,000 of these dogs and then just mail them to celebrities and then see if one sticks?
This is okay. I'm sold on Luis. I think she is going to be our celebrity ambassador for Shar-Pei coin. Hey, Brandon, no. I need to turn off YouTube before you guys get unsavory ideas. Yeah. Wait, what? There's already a Shar-Pei coin?
Really?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Let me see this. What's its code or whatever?
Oh my God. This is brutal.
I don't see anything.
Hey, come on, no. They don't get to squat on this. They only have 80 Twitter followers. Welcome to Shar-Pei, Sure Watchdogs, a community-driven, decentralized meme token. God damn it.
Well, you know what? Maybe they just needed an influencer like you to take over the project. And
yeah,
it's always been my dream to pump and dump a NFT or cryptocurrency project.
Yeah, I'm devastated because someone had this idea back in May and they didn't execute it properly.
That's a good idea, though.
Thank you. Yeah,
it's a good idea. I like it. I keep seeing all this shit go up, and it's like, where is this money coming from? I still don't get it.
Lou, we're 4 months late. Shiba coin is literally all the rage right now. If anything, we're still so early.
It's
Brian.
So early for
I told my grandma about Shiba coin. She didn't even fucking know. We're so early.
What?
Brian. Yeah.
God. Get with it, grandma.
So how much US dollars did you spend on Shiba coin? Say it. Say it.
A lot. A lot, not a ton. A lot.
Come on, give us a number.
30 grand.
Are you fucking kidding? How much are you up? How much has it got up since you put
let me check. This is stupid. We shouldn't be talking about this.
100% we should be talking about it. Either you have massive conviction on Shiba coin, or you have way too much disposable income right now.
It's at 8,861.
And what did you buy it at?
30 grand. So it was at $80,861.
Oh, so you've like
I bought. It was 1 million. I wanted 1 million. So that's how much it costs.
You're like Vegas Dave with a Bitcoin.
Vegas Dave is the fucking goat. Why wouldn't I want to be like that?
You thought that Shiba coin only came in denominations of 1 million.
That's true. I did think that. I haven't seen a Vegas Dave tweet in months, by the way. He needs to unblock me.
I can't believe you're blocked by Vegas Dave.
I know, it's the worst.
But again, we've talked about this. I can pass along all the Vegas Dave tweets. You pass along all the Randone tweets, and together we have our bases covered.
Yeah, I haven't seen a Vegas Dave tweet in a while, so you're not really holding up your end of the bargain.
So let's talk about kind of how you're going to play this from an investment standpoint, because now that I've done some NFT trading, if I were you, I'd take my 30,000 back off the table, and I'd say, you know what? Now we're riding with house money. How are you thinking through this financially?
Well, if I did that, I wouldn't have 1 million though.
So you're going to let your OCD prevent you from pulling your profits off the table?
Well, I do have a little more than 1 million. Maybe I could sell that. Will that make you happy?
So you're
Nah,
willing...
I'm just gonna ride it out and gamble. Who gives a fuck?
Jesus Christ. Goodness.
I don't know. What should I sell at?
I mean, it's completely fine to write it out, but at least pull out your 30,000, pull out 40,000, pull out half of it right now. You made fucking $10,000 on a meme coin, and then you're playing with house money.
You don't think it's gonna go to number one?
I think it's going to be the new world reserve currency within 6 months. And imagine how much you would resent me if you were sitting on, a $10 trillion bag of.
That's true. Yeah. If only you had this kind of commitment during the Top Shot heyday.
Hey, actually, that reminds me. So Corain, I'm going to go down to New York for the Top Shot stuff. Corain got a legit VIP invite from Top Shot to go to the Knicks game because he's such a big bag holder. I have to imagine you received something similar. Seriously?
No. I do kind of shit on them on our show. Maybe they don't like that.
No. I'm tight with Top Shot, but I mean, your bag is bigger than Corain's bag, right?
I'm assuming I hold most of Corain's bag. How much money has this guy got?
Yeah, he said I wonder if it was something where they did it like localized because they knew Corain lived in New York. That's the only other theory I'd have to it.
I guess. I don't know.
But I mean, it's not like you were going to fly out to go to a Knicks game, but you would like to feel wanted. I
wouldn't drive to the United Center to go to a Bulls game, much less a fucking Knicks game.
Yeah, we famously spent an entire episode doing a very poorly planned giveaway because you didn't want to go to the Fantasy World Championships.
Fantasy World Championships would be all right, I guess. But not in Philly.
Well, this is why I'm going to have to fly in to Chicago because you refuse to travel, you refuse to vacation, so I'm going to have to bring the party to you.
That's true. And I'm the one with the Shiba coin, so...
I mean, you're going to be flying me out when Shiba coin goes to the moon. Are you part of... How have you not started doing Shiba memes? Are you retweeting Shiba memes yet on Twitter?
No.
I mean, Davis will buy an NFT for 0.08 Ethereum and he'll fucking fire off a tweet to his 40,000 followers. You buy $30,000 of Shiba coin and you're just I had to pry it out of you? Pump your bags, buddy.
My 4,500 followers are not going to pump shit anyways.
Well, I do now actually need to add not financial advice to the disclaimer on this video. Otherwise, I'm going to need your Shiba money to help support my legal fees when someone sues me for financial advice.
Yeah, well, if Shiba goes to 1 cent, I'll help you out. I promise.
Goodness.
That's why it's so cheap. It's a genius idea for to become a meme coin because it was so dirt cheap that at any point someone can see it and be like, oh, it's only 1/1000th of a cent, even though it's gone up 5,000% already or whatever.
That is the most genius thing about those meme coins is because people love that idea. It's the reason people don't want to buy Bitcoin, right? Because they look at the price and they're like, I don't have $60,000. But they look at something where it only costs, 0.4 of a penny to buy. And they're like, oh, now if this goes to 1 cent, oh my God, that's 1,000. People eat that shit up, even though it doesn't actually matter.
It's like a game of chicken or something.
Hot potato.
Because you could buy at any point, and it just depends on when you want to sell. So I could sell now, but someone before me could have sold for 5,000 profit by now or hold.
Wait, are you just now discovering what a Ponzi scheme is, Brian?
Wait a second.
Brian,
Josh is right.
You're like, and if I sell it to someone else for more than I bought it,
then they'll be left holding the bag. Wait, now I get it.
That's the thing, Brian. I mean, I think you need to come out on the show right now and say your intentions aren't to dump on any. I was trying to get you to dump on someone, and you are actually the true believer that just believes in the fundamental technology of Shiba coin.
You definitely have to put not financial advice on this one. No, I think it's a fucking joke meme coin, and I want it to go to $1.
The thing is what I actually feel very good is I feel like we have an incredibly smart audience to where I don't even have to worry about those things. But I saw Deez, who is a big time NFT influencer. He works with Andy over at Fractional. He had this tweet that I'm pulling up right now. He says, I rarely stumble onto NFT YouTube, but when I do, it never fails to make me cringe. It's just these videos with a shit ton of views. I made $832,000 flipping NFTs, how to make money with NFTs in 2021. I tried making money with NFTs, how to buy and sell NFTs for profit. These, Brian, are the videos that need not financial advice associated with them.
The top guy looks pretty badass, though, so he can go.
He's doing my bit, which is dressing up like your CryptoPunk.
Oh, well, maybe this is all your fault. Have you ever thought about taking responsibility?
Yeah, I think my CryptoPunk video did well. It didn't do 348,000, partly because my title wasn't how I made, $832,000 flipping NFTs.
So, Justin or Jason? Justin Kelly in my chat is saying he's pretty sure I have 1 billion, not 1 million. So let's see.
Are you telling me, Brian, that you spent $30,000 on this coin and you didn't even know how many you were?
What's 9 zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Isn't
8,
that
9.
a billion? Is it 8 figures a billion? No, 7 figures a million. 8 is 10. 100 million? Why can't I do this math?
So it's a billion.
Okay, you have a billion.
Okay, I got a billion. Okay, my mistake. This shows you this. Here you go.
Yeah. You guys can think that the Alex Becker guy is legit, but the clickbait is predatory and misleading for 99.9% of the people who will watch his video. But congratulations on having a million or a billion Shiba, Brian.
Yeah. When you see Davis tweeting out that he's not into something, you got to look into it.
That's what happens in the Club MGMI Discord is Davis says he's in on a mint and everyone says I'm out. Because I've never seen someone have such awful combination of instincts and luck. Everything Davis mints just turns to the worst kind of dust imaginable. Even
his bag pamping is not holding value up there?
No. The things don't I forget who it was that was, I don't know if I saw this, but I agreed with it too, that they're, everyone with all these NFT stuff and people joke around with the Top Shot, win China, or when, they get super excited. And there's some influencers that are outside of the NFT world that can like move the needle a little bit. Like Reese Witherspoon recently tweeted about one, I think it was World of Women or something, one of those NFT projects. And it started to run on that because Reese Witherspoon is like an A-list celebrity. But for the most part, like an NFT influencer with 30,000 followers will move something far more than some, I don't know, C-list celebrity with 1 million followers who doesn't have a primarily NFT focused following. Because it's just like you think about right now the barriers of entry for some of that stuff, and having a MetaMask and navigating OpenSea and understanding gas fees. Like it's the NFT savvy crowd that thinks they're getting out in front of something quickly versus, you see Reese Witherspoon tweet and you're like, what is that picture? How do I get that? Why do I even want that? I think it's a completely different audience.
Yeah. I'm surprised not as many people do it as is. That's why we were saying last time, the Coinbase NFT market should, I think, make it easier for a decent amount of people.
Yeah. Yeah, that one will be, how many people? There's an absurd amount of people on their wait list right now, I think.
It was over 1 million last I saw, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Millions and billions are tough for me.
Yeah, it could be anything.
Could be a billion.
Yeah. If you're asking Brian for money, make sure you are very specific about how many zeros you want. This is like Kitchen today on the Swolecast said he won 5 to 6 figures. And we're like, you don't know if it was the difference between 5 to 6 figures. And he said, oh, well, I was including the decimal points. We need figures to
It's
the
a
left.
man who doesn't look at balances very frequently.
Wow. Everyone pilot on kitchen. Oh, wow. Yeah. Where are you holding your Shiba? Like, what exchange did you buy it from?
You want me to like just give out my address?
No, I mean, I'm just actually wanting to know if I happen to get drunk. If
Do you
I
know what
Shiba
people
for it,
will do for 1 billion sheep, Pete?
what will they do?
They'll put your life in danger. Okay, that's a lot of fucking sheep.
I think we learned so much about you today, Brian.
What?
We learned that you've been watching naked yoga videos and buying $30,000 worth of meme coins. Like, are you okay?
I haven't been watching them. I'm not opposed to watching them anyways. It's just an interesting fact that I found out and I felt I needed to share it here.
How, when you heard about it and you Googled it and you saw it, how long did you watch?
Not long. Like 6 hours. No, like not long at all. I was just like, holy shit. That chick's completely naked and she's fucking hot. She's doing yoga.
All right. I still refuse to believe this is true, but I also refuse to fact check it here on the show with a screen share.
Yeah, you can't screen share. Although it's their content, you figure. I mean, not that we should, but
yeah, this is we have learned so much, and the fish thing. You know,
well, the fish thing I took care of it because I bought fishing gloves. Okay,
you bought fishing gloves. What are fishing gloves?
I don't know. I don't know.
Like you're a fishing gloves.
Look at you. You haven't fished since you were a fucking kindergartner. What do you?
Yeah, but I would fucking go in bare hand to fish right now. No problem.
How do you know? How do you know that?
Are you kidding me, Brian?
I'm
a hand builder. I'm a hand builder with calluses. You see these calluses right here? You think these hands are afraid of touching fish?
You would use your computer to catch a fish. I guarantee it.
Oh, no. Look.
Get your depth finder out there.
Here's the deal. Maybe I don't have skill at fishing. I ain't afraid of no fish, Brian. I ain't afraid of getting my
I'm not afraid of it. It's just kind of gross.
Jesus. You're worried it's going to ruin your manicure.
What about a pike? What if you catch a pike and it's got all those teeth in there?
I mean, I really doubt that. These are those the actual concerns where you're fishing here? No. Brian, tell me your gloves are fingerless.
No, I don't like the fingerless ones because then you touch them, guys. Come on. Yeah, it's one of these. I don't know. It's one of these. Yeah.
The fish handler.
And it does not protect you from getting poked by the hook. Learn that the hard way.
Did you leave that on an Amazon review?
No, not yet.
Wow. Man, learned a lot about you tonight, Brian.
It's true. I'm an open book. I shouldn't have admitted that. That was a big mistake, probably.
I know you're fairly guarded. You let your guard down for a second, and I just pried out all kinds of good information from you.
So let's talk about something else.
Yeah, the Week 8 slate, man. You think you're going to pay up at quarterback this week or what?
Quarterback? Oh, God. All right, let's talk about me more. I listened to your Matic pod, the Takecast that you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're saying that you hate to do waivers.
Yeah.
Waivers on one. Yeah, that was the worst, man. When I was playing like 7 back in the day, I was like in 7 or 8 leagues maybe. It's like, this is too much.
Yeah.
Too much fucking work.
I will say today I was more on top of my shit and more organized, and I wasn't as stressed going through waivers, and I was like, all right, at least I'm not miserable right now. But when you're busy and you're like, shit, we have a lot of money on the line here, and I'm crunched for time, and having to go through here and look at everything it feels like a chore. And there's a reason people seem to prefer DFS and best ball, so they don't have to do that.
If you could picture yourself back at your shittiest job you ever worked, and then eventually you're going to be complaining about waiver wire. That'll be your job. And you're going to complain about doing waiver wires. You'd probably be like, things turned out pretty good.
Yeah, no, I'm very careful about that too. Even when I'm talking with Davis about stuff, I probably don't say it enough, but I am the happiest I've ever been from like a work standpoint, like just truly excited to do almost everything that I do over the course of the day for all my stuff. So yeah, I feel extremely fortunate. And it seems hilarious to complain about doing waivers in that context, but yeah, I am truly living the dream these days.
What was your shittiest job?
Man, well, I worked at a cemetery for 2
Fish cleaner?
summers. No.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I had so it was after my freshman year of college. I was coming home for the summer and I was trying to get a job. And I first got this job. I had applied because my dad worked for the National Park Service and he saw like the government job board. And he was like, this national cemetery by our house was hiring. And I applied for it, but I was like, I hadn't heard back yet. So I still needed to get a job. Got a job at Buffalo Wild Wings. It was the 300th Buffalo Wild Wings store in Denver. So I'm doing like 2 weeks of training. I'm on the wrap station, creating the buffalo chicken wraps for the people there. I get the call from the cemetery and they're going to pay me like $15 an hour. And, Buffalo Wild Wings is paying me like $8 an hour. Yeah. So I just dropped it. Buffalo Wild Wings, very upset. They trained me for 2 weeks. So then I was like, peace. I just got a pay raise. So I go and do that for 2 summers, basically to pay for my study abroad trip. I just toiled away for 2 summers. And it was legitimately heavy at times. I would do like the weed whacking on the headstones, and you're just going by and I'm just like reading headstones all day, like Vietnam War, and just going by, seeing all just contemplating death just all day while staring at headstones, doing manual labor. So that was definitely a pretty shitty job, but it paid well for me at the time.
Some of the cemeteries in Chicago, they're old school cemeteries with a lot of big names in them. So some of that stuff can actually be kind of cool, time plus what's that, tragedy equals humor, whatever. Like,
yeah.
Far enough away, it's not that sad. It's actually interesting.
We did have Dog the Bounty Hunter's dad was buried at Fort Logan National Cemetery where I worked, and he came out. I think when he was doing the show, I think it was an A&E show, and they came and filmed him visiting his dad's grave. And so, a few of us got to watch, from 100 feet away as he, they filmed this scene. So, that was my brush with Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Wow. Well, hopefully that's the last time.
I mean, yeah.
You don't want the dog coming from you.
I mean, what an incredible bounty hunter. I mean, just an incredible job title.
He's still working it.
Yeah, what is he doing these days?
He was going after that internet celebrity couple that died.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at this guy. This guy shows up at the cemetery you work at, Brian. WYD.
I don't know. That'd be fucking cool. If we ever start a company, Pete, together, we need to hire this man somehow.
I mean, this guy's a legend. He kind of, yeah.
I'd want like him, Vegas Dave, and Ben the Better. That's the
triumvirate.
Yeah, that's the face of the company.
Yeah, it would be good. What's your do you have any good celebrity run-ins in your day?
Oh God, I have the worst fucking memory. Eddie Vedder ran into me at the Wrigley once.
He ran into you?
Yeah, I think they were like shuffling him through to like go to the bathroom or something, and he's just got this huge bodyguard pushing him through. And it's Wrigley. If you've ever been to Wrigley, so like there's no space. It's 1,000,000 years old, and he just bams into me from behind, and I'm like, it was one of those where you're like, what the fuck is going on? And you turn around, he's sorry, man, sorry. I'm like, that's fucking Eddie Vedder. he's pretty small, short, or whatever.
Let's see. Let's get a visual here on Eddie Vedder so I can fully picture.
He was cool. He was totally cool about it. So,
is this is the man?
5'7", it says here, huh? That seems about right.
5'7". Wow.
He was pretty significantly shorter than me.
Yeah, 5'7". A lot of these celebs, Brian, pretty short, man.
His
Pretty
bodyguard
short.
was at least a foot taller than him.
I mean, if I'm 5'7", I definitely need my bodyguard at least a foot taller, preferably a foot and a half.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've had any other just random run-ins. I mean, I've seen some people in Vegas. I saw walking into Caesar's Palace, Chris Angel. You know, we just kind of locked eyes, kind of nodded to each other. That was a
mutual respect,
mutual respect, very formative moment.
Mutual respect. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's nice like that, you know, just like, you know, those guys bump into you and you're like, what the fuck, bro? You know, like you kind of have to assert your dominance in those situations.
Yep.
And now, but mate, what would you do if Eddie he's like, are you Brick 75? I recognize you from LOLz, man. Oh man, we've upset the short people.
Whoa, okay. Oh god, yeah, I guess that was height shame. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean
that's not anti. What was it? Anti-toxicity. What did the woman say?
Oh yeah, we got to detoxify. Yeah,
I'm not helping detoxify the space here. Sorry, guys.
Anyone famous DM you for fantasy advice? I've had Tom Everett Scott ask me for fantasy advice before.
Oh yeah, he's a nice guy. I saw Holka had Manny Machado. If he DM me, I'd be like, yeah, I don't give a fuck, Manny Machado.
What?
Not shitting on Holka, he's great or whatever. I was just saying, like, you're a 20-year-old athlete. Like, I could care fucking less. Like,
what if I'm now imagining a celebrity DMing Blender for fantasy advice? Play whoever you want. I was like, okay, all right. What is that?
Who would Blender? I just thought of something that slightly changed the subject because Blender's old school poker, and so mine. Did you see Skalansky and Mason Mammoth sold 2+2 like a month ago? Or?
No, I missed that.
Yeah. So the glory days are over.
How much did that go for?
You know, I didn't even look. I was too busy counting my sheep. I don't care. And so I looked and like Skalansky's like 74 now or something. I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, you got to sell. Those were for the younglings out there, people who don't know poker, like everything about poker was on 2+2 back in the day. Everything.
I remember
gambling, really.
Yeah, I would go on there a bit. I was never into poker quite enough to be like posting like hand histories and stuff, but that was one of my first introductions to kind of online message boards. It was a wild place. Yeah,
I would go on when they would like talk about hands against me, or I wouldn't. I just what's that called? Where you go in and you read, but you don't post.
Yeah,
lurking. Yeah, and like guys were like, he's a spew monkey retard or whatever. It's like, this is back in the day. You could say that, but
I would the one time that I was actually, and by most active, I mean reading it, was when I first started doing bands videos, poker videos, and they had like a huge thread going about like poker vloggers and stuff. And there was a huge thread about people trying to like dissect the mans on there and like whether the mans was like real and whether he actually had a poker background. And so I had so much fun lurking through that thread, reading people hypothesizing about the mans. That was very fun for me.
Wow. They had a sports betting section too. And they had a ton of stuff, staking, gossip, just like everything gambling was on there. It reminds me of like how much better sports betting information there is available now to back then. There was nothing, man. You had to figure it all out on your own.
Yeah. I mean, it's even crazy, you know, just thinking about how when I first started playing fantasy, like 2007, 2008, and just thinking about the way I made my decisions now versus, you know, everything is based off of a projection now. Like no one was even like doing, or, you know, people were ranking players, but no one was even doing it by like projection. You know, it was like literally just guys by feel, just being like, these are who I think are going to play. Like just how much this stuff has evolved, even in the past few years, is wild.
Oh yeah, I had multiple years back in the day of magazine drafts. Everyone had a magazine.
Yep.
And it's like whoever knew who was out for the year, that's your edge. You know what I mean? You scratch him off. Other than that, yeah. But like, I mean, everyone still, they disagree with the rankings and they'd move them up. Back then, you probably, if you knew what you're doing, that's a pretty huge edge if you could. Now I doubt you're going to beat the like ETR rankings or something like that.
No, it's it's gotten so much more efficient. The field is so much more sharp. I think I've mentioned it before. The one when I was doing still fantasy basketball season long in that site Basketball Monster, which Justin Fan worked there and Matt Booser, I think, was the one who founded it. And they had this sick draft tool that optimized your draft in real time based on the players you drafted and which categories you had the best chance of winning. And it was just, I would just steamroll the guys I was playing with because, they're drafting off of ADP and I'm building a team to win 5 categories every single week. And just destroying people, just even having some of those early tools.
Basketball fantasy season long is the worst because you have to like keep up with your players so much and make sure you're maximizing the starts each week and stuff. Oh God, that's probably my least favorite season long one. And I hate them all, but I probably hate that one the most.
I remember the first year I started a fantasy basketball league, and as commissioner, I was like figuring shit out as I went, and I didn't set a cap on maximum transactions in a week. And so then by the end of the season, we were just all gaming it, where you're just streaming every single guy basically, other than your top 5 or 6 players, just to get in as many games for that week as possible. So you're basically like, I'm going to punt turnovers because I'm going to have such insane usage, but I am going to try to win, all of the counting stat categories just by pure volume of just churning. And so then I realized, okay, I need to have a max 3 moves a week. Otherwise, it's just the sickos that are dropping a new player every week. It's like, oh, this guy just had his second of 2 games in the week. I'm going to draft the guy who still has 2 more games going this week. And, fantasy basketball, it's a true grinder's fantasy sport. That's for sure.
Yeah. The difference, I'm still fixated on that at 2+2 back in the day with like the amount of, I don't think people understand the amount of like information now that's available compared to 2009 or something like that, 2010. I'm trying to think of a good example, but like the only one that's coming to my mind is like no one would mention like regressions, right? And so like this is just like a basic statistical technique that everybody uses. And like they wouldn't, that's like the secret thing. You don't want to get anyone going down that road. And then if someone did mention it, no one would point you in the right direction. Like, no, you just go over here. This website shows you. And even there wasn't that many websites too, even for just like stupid nerd stuff, like Stack Exchange or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you have literally no idea what to do.
And then it was people like born out of the 2+2 era, like a Doug Polk and those guys who then created the training sites and the tools that, so people didn't have to go read message boards all day trying to piece together information and strategy. They just packaged it and presented it for the masses in a digestible format.
Right. Yeah. Card runners. You had to, there never was one for sports betting though. I mean, I guess Right Angle Sports, maybe. They because they actually give out winning picks. Like they're the only site that apparently this is what Spanky and Rufus say, that they give out winning picks, but they don't give out a whole ton. I don't think.
Yeah. Did you see the?
But they're really expensive too.
Did you happen to see the highlight video at all of from Tilt Space this week?
Yes, I did actually. Is that with Wiggins on there?
Yeah. Did you see the card runners thing?
Yes. Yeah.
So did you know about card runners back in the day? He's like, bitch, I invented card runners.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. Who I mean, that had to be a setup, like I don't know. Not that he knew. I'm just saying, like, the guy must have been joking. Like,
maybe.
How would you know to mention card runners and not know that he was on there?
Yeah, I forget what we were talking about. We might have been talking about something with poker. But yeah, I can't remember.
Somebody's trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not. Who knows?
people trying to be funny on the internet.
It's like, Pete, have you ever heard of this character, the man's character?
Bitch, I invented the man's. Oh my God. I think Mans might be making a return. He's been a little quiet.
I saw your tweet.
Yeah, he's thinking. I think he might be getting back in the content game on Friday, 4:20 p.m. Eastern. So, for all the Mans fans out there, hella chill start time.
You know your showdown show. If I may be so bold.
Yes.
Stop it! You suck. No, I'm kidding. A little earlier.
So. Yeah, well, first of all, no, I want you to explain your thought, and then I'll explain my thought process. But why a little earlier?
Just because when I'm making lineups, I notice like when I'm done, all the stuff is in, and my process kind of takes a long time. Mm-hmm. I'm like done, and then your show comes on 10 minutes after that.
Yeah. Well, a couple things. Part of it is a little selfish on my part in that I want to let inactives come out and updated projections and the sims and stuff before I run. And so then if I basically have to make a choice of either I play and then do a later show or I don't play and do an earlier show.
Gotcha.
Where like I can review all the updated information and I could go on, at like 7:15 or so, but I wouldn't have time. Like I've been really enjoying playing 20 max again lately and, picking out my lineups for those sets and stuff. I need about 20 to 30 minutes to do my stuff. So it's part selfish. The other part, and I actually would like to poll people on this. I would imagine that a lot of my audience are kind of hand building and just wanting to toss one or two lineups in. And so kind of the thesis of it is like, it's a cram, like, hey, I want to make sure I'm making an informed lineup, but I haven't spent, an hour slaving away from these. Oh yeah, this game starts in 30 minutes. I'll hear what Pete thinks are the good leverage plays and hand build a lineup. So, but I am open to feedback on that. It's a tough spot.
What time do you start? Like when's your typical go live time?
My go live. So I was doing them at 7:30. And then when I started doing 20 max, I pushed it back to 7:45 because I needed a little bit extra time to do my stuff.
Oh, so that's still 45 minutes,
30 generally.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That's not too bad then. I mean, obviously if you're building lamps and stuff, don't listen to me, but yeah, I would watch it. I would rather have it a little earlier.
Yeah.
Just for me. This is me being selfish, I guess.
But you're just pulling my string. You're not listening to my show for information, are you?
No, but I like having it. No, of course not. No, but I like having a show on.
Yeah, while you're building, just to make sure.
I've been doing it for years, so I like having a show on. So.
What do you do it as like a check to just see, like, make sure that none of your inputs or stuff are like too far off or stuff like that?
No, it's just like listening to a fan when you go to sleep or something.
So what you're saying is you just need my ambient noise on while you're building line. You can listen to the archives anytime you want, Brian.
What's the sound thing? The
white noise?
Where people do sounds on YouTube, ASMR.
ASMR?
Yeah, but no. And the second one is, especially for Showdown, is what if I missed someone being out. Yeah. So I do I do.
That's what I meant. Like it's like a back check on something to just make sure you didn't miss anything.
Yes. I was being a little silly, but yeah, I like listening to like if somebody, because a lot of times I can't look at go from naked yoga right in the Pete show.
Yeah. God. I would rather not. I would rather not have.
I'm just got done with a 2-hour session in naked yoga, Pete. I'm here.
I don't want to know what you're typing.
I'll come on live with you.
Yeah. God.
I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Did you do any yoga? No.
Let me know in the comments or in the Discord if you guys would like an earlier show or if the 7:45 time works for you. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. We learned a lot about Brian. today, we learned that he bumped into Eddie Vedder. Eddie Vedder bumped into him. We learned that he doesn't like to touch fish. We learned that he likes to watch naked yoga in his free time. And we learned that he spent 30,000 American dollars on a meme coin. Did I forget anything, Brian?
Well, part of that was gross exaggeration. But...
Okay. All right, guys. The audio, as always, is posted on the podcast feed an hour or so after this. You guys should subscribe to Brian's YouTube feed. Also, you still posting the props over on your website, right?
Got props up for tomorrow. NFL, PGA ownership. Although sounds like there's gonna be weather issues, so it might not even go off. I haven't looked. Yeah, and I think that's all I got up there right now.
All right. And I am headed over to the ship chasing feed for all of you season long bros cramming for waiver decisions. I'm headed over there right now. So for Brian, I'm Pete. Enjoy watching your naked yoga this week, guys.